I was recruited from Sacramento, California, Luther Burbank High School back in 1975 by then coach George Raveling and a couple of his assistant coaches, Mark Edwards and Tom Puglisi, and was offered the opportunity to come up here to the great Northwest and to the Palouse here in Washington State University in Pullman, and I took them up on their offer. So I was here as a student athlete at Washington State University from 1975 to 1979, graduated and in the fields of sociology and psychology. After my graduation from Washington State, of which I really only played my last couple of years as a junior and senior, I was able to become good enough to get the recognition from the NBA and be drafted by the Seattle Supersonics, the then world champion Seattle Supersonics back in '79. I began my career with them in 1980 actually, and started out playing with them for the first 3 years of my NBA life before moving down to San Diego, Los Angeles Clippers, and on to the Dallas Mavericks, where I spent the majority of my career, over to the New York Knicks, and then over to the Utah Jazz before returning back overseas again to play another 5 years. So I had a total professional basketball career of 20 years. Along the way, I began a small business called the Donaldson Clinic, which is a sports rehab physical therapy clinic in the Seattle area. And so now we're 20 plus years as a small business and doing well with that. It's really one of my great passions and joys to be able to help people get well and fit again, especially after surgeries or everyday hazards, you name it. We help put them back together again. So it was a 20-year basketball career and now a 20 plus year of being a small business owner.
James Duke Donaldson.
I've come back to WSU campus to speak to the students, to really give back in that regard of what it's like, one, to be out there in the real world after their days here as an undergrad, but also to speak to the student athletes in regards to making sure that they focus on getting their degrees while they're here, prepare themselves for real life after campus life and after maybe what amounts to a professional athletic career too, to make sure that they really stay focused. And so one of my joys that I really love doing is speaking to our younger generation of folks and letting them see some of the pathways and some of the career paths that I've taken over my years and the success strategies that I've been able to implement, and encouraging them to do the same thing, to set a goal, to have a game plan, to have a strategy, and to really push themselves to be the best they can be. So it's really a great pleasure to be back here at my alma mater, Washington State University, to give back in that regard.